I mean, Randy, I've always said, you are a doctor, an academic to some extent. I have never seen any person promote a failed student. I mean, if a person has been given an opportunity and he's failed and failed disastrously, I mean, it will be suicidal to promote that person. What message will you be sending to the people of this country? That you are electing somebody who was the chairman of the economic management team, who sent us packing our bags and baggage into an ambulance to the IMF, or who crashed the economy. Never in the history of this country has Ghana been declared bankrupt. We are now in the bankrupt situation. You're talking about somebody as chairman of the economic management team who, while presiding over the economic management team, recorded inflation of 54.1% just 2 years ago. And today is celebrating inflation of about 22%. Never have we recorded that in recent history. It's only under Dr. Nana-Bawumia. And I hear people say that he's not been given the mandate to rule this country. Randy, you know, and my good brother knows, because I was with him in Parliament, and he's a seasoned politician. You know, when the president is elected, his vice president is deemed to have been elected. And that's why it's a team. But it is for good reason that the president doesn't choose his running mate after the elections. In some jurisdictions, the president chooses his running mate or his vice after he's been elected. It is for good reason that in this country, it's mandatory that at the time of filing, you indicate who becomes your running mate. Because the Constitution says that running mate of yours is deemed to have been elected. So you present a team. Team Nana-Bawumia have failed. It failed. And failed disastrously. That, I mean, it will not be funny if you say that never in the history of this country has a team given the mandate failed to, completely than Nana-Bawumia government. I mean, you just played Sophie Okontomra. Under Nana-Bawumia and Bawumia, our country has almost become a failed state. That people can brandish weapons with impunity. That our water bodies have been despoiled. That our forest cover has been destroyed. That our lives are threatened in the sense that, I mean, if you read the Council for Scientific Research's report on the presence of mercury in the bloodstreams of people living in Galamsey areas, then you are left alarmed.
Yeah, I'm told by people who are well versed in that area that, look, we could succeed in changing the color of the water and the turbidity levels. But have we asked ourselves whether the manufacturing process of the Ghana Water Company Limited deals with heavy metals and all that? And that is the problem that we're going to be confronted with. That even when the color of the water changes, the presence of heavy metals will still be there. How are we going to deal with that?
Randy, you are perfectly right. And heavy metals can be in the water for hundreds of years and seep into plants, and particularly edible plants, and then we will consume them. So you are perfectly right. And it will take a very long time. We could succeed, yes, but it will take a very long time to be able to bring back the water to its natural state. You talk about the water, Randy, has it crossed your mind that the trees that are being cut down, some have been there for more than 800 years, but since the beginning of creation, that they are being cut down with impunity. What that is going to do with our environment, what that is going to do with the climate change conditions that we are witnessing. So clearly, I mean, for this government, the least said about it, the better. But it's interesting listening to Honorable Akumia. Because you remember some few months ago, they told us that they were in a comfortable lead. They always said that MPP was leading the NDC. Now, Now he says the elections will be closed. I don't know whether it's an admission of the fact that they are not doing so well. Because that's what he told us. In fact, 2 days ago, they even published a little cross statement that the elections will go into a runoff.
It was a syndicated story on the front page of our 7 newspapers.
Yes, clearly something is not happening.
And all we're told was that the research was done by some university, whatever.
Yes,
nameless people.
Because they have not the reality has dawned on them, and they are beginning to appreciate the fact that they are moving straight into opposition. And yesterday again, a very senior member of their party, in conversing with me, said, Inusah, we might lose the presidential elections, but we will win parliamentary seats. More parliamentary seats. I said, but how are you going to do that? He said, that's what we are now targeting. We win more parliamentary seats. I said, well, you're not going to win more parliamentary seats. The research that we know is saying that you will lose more parliamentary seats. You might not even get your 137 this time. So they're coming up with all kind of conjectures.
Who said that?
Well, I won't tell you.
What's your problem?
My problem is that I won't tell you. So,
but how do you authenticate your story?
Well, let me say it. And the person who told me knows that I'm speaking on Metro TV today, and I'll say it. He knows. But I would say.
But it is nothing.
But you don't expect me to tell Nana-Bawumia, the vice campaign Bawumia for president.
It's fine.
The name, next time.
You're worried that they might go and victimize the person.
They will immediately he leaves here. We'll place a call. I won't tell you.
So for the safety and security of the person.
In fact,
you won't release
exactly. I won't tell you. Even under the threat of sanctions, I won't tell you.
No, it's okay, sir.
Okay.
Please go on.
Okay. So,